Welcome back to Hawk Talk, your source for all things National Park Nighthawk Athletics here on the Nighthawk Network. With the athletic director, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver, sports information for Nighthawk Nation. Hawk Talk is presented by the following sponsors: by Natural Hearing Centers, Ouachita Children's Youth and Family Services, Allen Tillery Auto, First Security, and CHI St. Vincent. If you would like to support Nighthawk Athletics, you can do so by visiting us online at np.edu/athletics. Coach, welcome back. Happy December to you. Finals week is right around the corner, and the 2022 calendar year draws to a close. We're deep in the heart of basketball season as it stands, and some really great basketball being played in the Kettle and elsewhere as the Nighthawks have hit the road for the majority of the past 2 to 3 weeks. But Coach, we've seen some really good things for each of these programs. Let's start with Coach Battle's Nighthawk women against Blue Mountain College. India Atkins setting the single game steals record, and of course the Nighthawks scoring the most points in a single game in program history, finishing with 117. And then of course the very next game they follow up against Northwest Mississippi Community College and allow only 42 points, which is the lowest in program history. This is a team that feels like they're really putting it together right now whenever it starts to matter the most.
Absolutely. They've done a great job. The beautiful thing, I think, is sometimes you just need one of those really good wins to kind of spark some energy, and that's, I think, what they got. And, now they're starting to put it all together and the pieces start to go. You get to put those practice things into the game where the pressure's not on, but you get those really good minutes of working the plays and making sure that they're working well.
Yeah, the Nighthawk women are back in action in Neosho, Missouri. They'll be at the Crowder College Lady Rough Rider Classic later on this month. And, of course, we'll see them at home soon here in December before the calendar year is over. They're gearing up for conference play starting in January, and I think Coach Battles will have those women ready to rock.
He absolutely will. It's a strange season where you're sort of offset by Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you get a little break there. But I think sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. If you're rolling, it's good, and it's not always good. And if you're not, it's good. So it's a great thing that they get to really finish up this calendar year and then hit the ground running for conference play.
Of course, the men's basketball team is off to a good start this year as well. They're 5-4 right now. And, Coach, they've played some really tough competition in the past week. Of course, most recently falling to Connors State for the second time this season to the number 15 ranked Cowboys. But I think in that loss, this team really learned a lot. I think they learned a lot about each other and what they're capable of against a tough opponent. And I think that that's going to help drive them as they look ahead to this game against Central Baptist College. And, of course, to the Nighthawk Holiday Classic taking place later this month.
Yeah, Dylan has scheduled really hard this year. He really has, and Mobley and Mineral Area up there, like that whole tournament up there was really tough, nationally ranked opponents, and then obviously Connors. I think they're 15th in the country right now in D1. So he was not shying away from competition. But I think that'll end up helping them in the back end where they play those really tough games, and they've already seen that high level of basketball.
And, of course, talk about the Connors game. Let's talk about the Missouri State West Plains game, a thriller that went to overtime. The Nighthawks able to pull it out and get it done. I think that helped prove a lot of what this team is capable of as well, because in the face of adversity on the road in their house, they didn't back down. And they gave the Grizzlies some chances here and there, but ultimately when it came down to it, they put it together to get a very quality win over a good Grizzlies team, and a Grizzlies team that we may see again real soon here in the Kettle.
Yeah, and pulled it out in overtime. It's always great when those last second wins happen and you can hold them. I think they were up by 3 or something at the last couple of seconds. I think there was 4 seconds left on the clock, and they had a chance to win it. So it was a very tough fought win, and it's always good when you come out on the right end.
Nighthawk Holiday Classic, we mentioned it. It'll be the second annual Nighthawk Holiday Classic here in the Kettle at National Park College. It takes place on December 16th and 17th, and you can find that schedule online at np.edu/athletics. We're really excited to see some really good basketball competition come into our house, and I think really show what Nighthawk Nation is really made of.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's beautiful to see all our kids and faculty and staff in the gym. And it's always a tough place for the other team to come and play when we come to the Kettle and we're all there and all wearing our blue and the cheerleaders there and really giving that great atmosphere for the players.
And of course, Coach, baseball, softball, kind of in a holding pattern right now, but on the horizon. I know when everybody comes back in January, everybody's going to be hitting the ground running, getting ready for their seasons. What can you tell us about this year's squad?
Mate, it's all hands on deck at the moment. We're trying to just button this thing up, and we're still going through the 13th. That's when we'll kind of let those guys go, and I think softball something similar. We're ready to go. We're gonna have a tough schedule like we always do. We love going to. We're gonna go to Eunice, play 4 down there, and that's they're always top 5 ranked in the country. So it's always a great test early. Get our boys hitting the ground and really see what is out there and what the competition is going to be like at the top end. But then it's going to be a great time to be out at Majestic Park and with softball and the baseball this year. It's exciting to have us all out there together where we can kind of to feed off each other, and if the games are going at the same time, have a great relationship between the two teams.
And of course, you mentioned Coach Autumn Wyatt. I see the softball women in the batting cage almost every single time I go to the gym. They're out there, they're working hard, everybody's bought in. This year's squad is going to be really fun to watch. And I know I keep saying this, but every single year it just seems like this program just continues to get better and better and better. I can't wait to see what they accomplish this year. And I think that they may be able to do it in some familiar territory whenever the season's done.
Yeah, 100%. We're hosting the region this year also in Majestic Park and also the district. So we've got a lot of quality softball happening at the beginning of the new year. The girls have been working hard all fall, been getting to the gym. I mean, sometimes I almost get kicked out of my office because they're in the gym working so hard. So it's a great thing that Autumn's doing and that coaching staff over there is doing. Those girls will be ready.
Best of luck to all of our student athletes with final exams coming up, and happy holidays to everybody in Nighthawk Nation. You can follow Nighthawk Athletics on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. For the coach, Rich Thompson, I'm Mark Oliver. This has been Hawk Talk on the Nighthawk Network.